on, you're single. Have some hormones.
See, but I don't want to be single, okay? I just want to be married again.
And I just want $1 million.
Today marks 27 years since Rachel first stumbled into Central Perk and set in motion one of the most iconic and beloved sitcoms to grace our screens. We've looked back through every episode and found 5 of the best ever. Here are the top 5 Friends episodes of all time. Now fair warning, spoilers ahead. Number 5, the one after Ross Says Rachel, Season 5, Episode 1.
Joyous union of Ross and Emily. May the happiness we share with them today be with them always. Now, Emily, repeat after me. I, Emily, take thee, Ross, as my lawfully wedded husband in sickness and in health till death parts us.
As my lawfully wedded husband, in sickness and in health, until death parts us.
Now, Ross, repeat after me. I, Ross, take thee, Emily,
Take thee, Rachel.
It's normal for a show to end a season on a cliffhanger, but the Season 4 finale left us with 2 of the biggest. On the one hand, we had Ross saying Rachel at his wedding to Emily. On the other, Chandler and Monica had slept together. This episode picks up where we left off as Ross attempts to salvage the remainder of the ceremony. Monica and Chandler are looking for another opportunity to sleep together, and Rachel is trying to convince everyone that Ross saying her name means that he still loves her. This episode turns our favourite characters' lives on their heads, and don't we just love every hilariously chaotic minute of it?
Ross, repeat after me. I, Ross, take thee, Emily,
Take thee, Emily. Like there'd be anybody else.
as my lawfully wedded wife in sickness and in health till death parts us.
As my lawfully wedded wife, in sickness and in health, until death parts us. Really, I do. Emily.
Number 4, the one with the embryos. Season 4, Episode 12.
The Irish jig guy?
His legs flail about as if independent from his body.
Gentlemen, your pick.
It's all relative.
Monica and I had a grandmother who died. You both went to her funeral. Name that grandmother.
Nana? She has a real name.
Althea! Althea! What are you doing?
I took a shot.
You're shooting with Althea?
Althea is correct.
Nice shooting!
This episode is a prime example of what Friends did best: balance heart with humour. At the centre of this episode we have Phoebe trying to get pregnant with her brother. Not as bad as it sounds. The responsibility of giving her brother and his wife their only chance at a child weighs heavily on Phoebe throughout the episode. Contrast this with the hilarious high-stakes quiz game that the remaining cast take part in. What begins as a simple bet with money soon turns into Monica and Rachel losing the apartment to Joey and Chandler. This funny turn of events creates tension, but all is washed away when Phoebe reveals that she's having a baby.
You know what? You are mean boys who are just being mean.
Hey, don't get mad at us. No one forced you to raise the stakes.
That is not true. She did. She forced me. Hey, we'd still be living here if you hadn't gotten the question wrong. What was this stupid, unfair question?
Don't blame the questions.
Would you all stop yelling in our apartment? You are ruining moving day for us.
Will you stop calling it your apartment?
It is our
No,
apartment.
it's not. It's
We
maybe
live
living
in our
in
apartment.
You guys, you're gonna have a baby. They're gonna have a baby.
My sister's gonna have my baby!
Number 3, the one where Ross got high. Season 6, Episode 9.
Ross smoked pot in college. What?
You are such a tattletale! Mom?
Thanksgiving in Apartment 20 was always a highlight in any season of Friends, but this episode takes the gravy. Friends is at its best when we're learning new things about the characters we love, and this one contains some of the best reveals in the show's run. Monica and Ross's parents are coming to dinner, but Monica hasn't told them that her and Chandler are living together. Turns out, her parents don't like Chandler, and it all has to do with Ross lying to them. Chandler spends the entire episode trying to get Ross to come clean to his parents. When he refuses, Monica decides to lighten his load. What results is 30 seconds of the funniest TV you'll ever see.
Yeah, well, Hurricane Gloria didn't break the porch swing. Monica did.
Ross hasn't worked at the museum for a year!
Monica and Chandler are living together.
Ross married Rachel in Vegas and got divorced! Again! I love Jacques Cousteau! I wasn't supposed to put beef in the trifle!
I want to go!
That's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds. All right. Joey, if you want to leave, just leave. Rachel, no, you weren't supposed to put beef in the trifle. It did not taste good. Phoebe, I'm sorry, but I think Jacques Cousteau is dead. Monica, why you felt you had to hide the fact that you're in an important relationship is beyond me.
And we kind of figured about the porch swing.
Number 2, the one with the prom video. Season 2, episode 14.
Of course you would. You're a college man.
I don't know.
Well, come on. Don't you want to find out?
I can't believe I don't get to go to my own prom! Is it so harsh?
Okay. Hold my board.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
Okay, you guys, I think we've seen enough. Let's turn it off. Okay, fine. Well, I'm not gonna watch, all right?
What would Friends be without Ross and Rachel? Their will they won't they was the connective glue for the early seasons of the show. We knew that Ross had always had a thing for Rachel, but it is in this episode that we get to see how young Ross felt about young Rachel, thanks to an old home video of Monica and Rachel's prom night. When Rachel's date doesn't show up on time, Ross steps in, but just as he is ready to go, the girls fly out the door with their dates. Ross is heartbroken. This is all new to Rachel, and to our collective delight, she puts aside Ross's latest blunder, and the two share a passionate kiss. Does it get more memorable than that?
Oh, dear. Jack, how do I turn this off?
Press the button.
Which one? Which button, Jack?
The button, the button.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, well.
See? He's her lobster.
Number 1, the one where everyone finds out. Season 5, episode 14.
Perfect? I can't believe I never realized how great it is.
Well, that is because your eye immediately goes to the big naked man. It's amazing. You better hurry up and fill out an application or I'm going to beat you to it.
Oh.
Well, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm going to go use Ugly Naked Guy's bathroom.
Oh, look, there's Monica and Chandler. Hey! Hey, you guys! Hey!
When the show put Monica and Chandler together, we were shocked. We had all been so focused on Ross and Rachel, when it turned out the perfect couple had been in front of us the whole time. Clearly the romance was a surprise to Monica and Chandler as well, as they tried everything to keep it under wraps. However, when Phoebe sees them through the window of the newly vacant Ugly Naked Guy's apartment, all hell breaks loose. Phoebe, Rachel and Joey team up to force Monica and Chandler to confess to their relationship in the most bizarre and hilarious of ways. But what pushes this episode into greatness is Ross finding out, and we all know how that goes.
Get in here!
A new place for a new Ross. I'm gonna have you and all the guys from work over once it's, furnished.
I must say, it's nice to see you back on your feet.
Well, I am that. And that whole rage thing is definitely behind me.
I wonder if it's time for you to rejoin our team at the museum.
Oh, Donald, that would be great. I am totally ready to come back to work. What? No. What are you doing? Get off my sister!
Thanks for watching. Do you agree with our list? What is your favourite ever Friends episode? Let us know in the comments. You can also hit that link in the description to get all 10 seasons of Friends on Blu-ray on sale now at Sanity. See you next time.